Thank you, Madam Chair. Ms. Foster, in 2018, Colorado Rising, a far-left environmental group that you helped lead, attempted to pass Proposition 112, an oil and gas setback initiative that would have established a 2,500-foot setback between new oil and gas development that occupied buildings. Were you successful in doing so?
No, we were not. We encountered approximately $40 million opposition campaign in comparison to our about $1 million. So we lost about 4.5%.
Thank you, Ms. Foster. You were not successful in doing so. When put to a public vote, the initiative lost by 10 points. And the reason why is obvious. Natural gas and oil supports hundreds of thousands of jobs in Colorado, approximately 235,000 jobs. And your ultimate goal to impose a fracking ban on our state threatens to destroy our economy and compromise our energy independence. Ms. Foster, your America Last socialist organization has repeatedly attempted to hit the oil and gas industry in Colorado, including through ballot initiatives, while Colorado Democrat governor and Democrat senators from my state promised to support several of the initiatives you put forward. They have since backtracked, most notably last year, when the governor indicated he couldn't support Senate Bill 21-200. In a scathing letter to Governor Polis in April 2021, Colorado Rising had this to say, quote, "What's particularly troubling about the governor's attack on SB 200 in his use of oil and gas industry talking points to justify his opposition to the bill," end quote. Given your support for these elected officials and their willingness to peel back numerous aspects of your radical agenda, would it be fair to say that the governor, along with the Democrat senators, betrayed your trust? And are you disappointed in them for that way?
You know, I'm not entirely sure how this pertains to the topic of PR firms, but the ultimate reality is that Proposition 112 was supported by the Colorado Democratic Party platform. We got over 1 million votes from registered Colorado voters.
And the voters shut it down. Would it be fair to say that the governors and the senators misled you into believing that they supported your anti-affordable energy agenda? They've backtracked on this.
I wasn't a part of 200, and that is a separate issue from 112.
Colorado Democrats and myself find ourselves in an interesting position because we do all disagree with your anti-energy agenda, not because Colorado Democrats are seriously interested in promoting affordable energy and Colorado jobs, but because your agenda, if carried to its logical conclusion, would involve the people of Colorado rubbing their hands together to stay warm and in the coming winter months. And with natural gas prices at a 14-year high and getting higher, they just might have to do that. Now, Ms. Cook, it appears to be the case that Democrats frequently design arguments as disinformation or misinformation to convince people that disagreeing with progressives' orthodoxy is the wrong thing to do. Would you agree with this assessment? And would you say that these kind of Democrat attacks do nothing but chill free speech?
Well, yes, a hearing like this that attacks our right, anyone's right to provide another side, another voice is going to chill free speech. And make no mistake, it was voters that defeated 112.
Yes.
It wasn't anything else. It was voters.
Yes, thank you, Ms. Cook. On June 12, 2022, the distinguished chairman of this committee led a letter in which he argued that public relations firms for oil and gas companies delay, quote, environmental initiatives. In your view, is that the justification, is that justification enough to take the extraordinary step of serving a PR firm with a subpoena? And is it appropriate to target PR firms who work with clients Democrats don't like?
No.
Now, while this committee willingly uses taxpayer resources to harass private companies, arguing, of course, that coal, oil, and gas companies are spending tens of millions of dollars to sway public opinion, Actually, I want to move on to this. Sorry, I have 4 seconds. I really just want to know, why isn't the committee issuing subpoenas for PR firms that offer support for the climate change lobby, like the Sierra Club, who has repeatedly assured us that the genocidal Chinese Communist Party, even while they murder millions of people in concentration camps, is actually quite interested in working with the Democrats' climate change agenda?
The gentlelady's time has expired. The chair will now recognize the gentlelady from Massachusetts, Ms. Trahan, for 5 minutes.